Begin afresh every morning.
Devotional Thoughts for Women. Good morning, my beloved friends. Today, September 30, 2023. Our devotional is entitled The Empty Tomb. The scripture reading is taken from Mark chapter 16, verse 6. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him." While the disciples wept for the death of their master, hidden away and in mourning, Mark presents a group of women who were waiting for the Sabbath to end so they could go out and buy aromatic herbs to anoint Jesus' body. We have the choice of whether to live the reality of death, sorrow, and separation, or the hope of the resurrection, victory, and faith in the promises. Early Sunday morning, while it was still dark, these brave women went out, in spite of the city being full of Roman guards, and found their way to where Jesus was buried. They didn't expect to find him resurrected. They were going to anoint his lifeless body. And yet, they went out early. It should be far easier for us to get up early, knowing that our Redeemer lives. He has risen, and he intercedes for us. Others slept, but these women walked to the tomb with one question in mind: who will roll away the stone for us? They had been the last ones to leave the site of the crucifixion and the first to go to his tomb. They had seen that a 2.5-ton stone had been set and that it had sealed at the entrance to the tomb. When they came closer, they saw that instead of the stone, there was an open doorway. No one had to move the stone so Jesus could come out. He had risen from the dead. The stone was rolled away so that they could see the miracle of the empty tomb. Their herbs and aromatic spices were no longer necessary. They did their part. God did what was impossible for them and moved the stone. When they arrived, they received the most extraordinary news. The Master had risen, and he had left a message for them. That message said, "Do not be afraid." The word used to describe the response of the women to the great news is ektambio, which can be translated as greatly amazed, astounded, speechless, unable to grasp the idea. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. Their efforts had been rewarded. Christ's first work on earth after his resurrection was to convince his disciples of his undiminished love and tender regard for them. He would draw the bonds of love still closer around them.